People of the verse, hello and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and today in this video we are going to talk about the latest Star Citizen Alpha 3.10 PTU patch. It is the N patch, and this N patch brings with it some very interesting bugs, some bugs that were pretty old, but unfortunately it also brings some very annoying bugs. We're going to talk about it today. First, let's talk about the bug fixes here. They fixed a broken analog control input while in ships, fixed an issue when attempting to scan mineable rocks and gems, causing the UI to activate and deactivate rapidly. They fixed an issue that was causing transition from EVA to gravity, causing characters to abruptly stop and fall, or sometimes twist or ragdoll in the process. Really, but this is an issue that has happened to me a lot of times, especially when I'm EVAing to platforms, so I hope this was fixed. Fixed an issue causing the Apple Nox to overheat quickly while flying in space. I haven't tried the Nox yet, so I don't know about this. They should be no longer 2 Ignat 2 missiles missing from the Parrot Gladius default loadout. The Valkyrie Terrapin and Mole should now correctly use the new SDF Atmo entry effect instead of the old system. Spawning another ship from the S-Sub after already having one spawned will no longer give a parking violation or impound the previous ship. Oh yeah, this happened to me a couple of times. Fixed a bug that was causing more asteroids than intended to spawn around Yela. So that was a bug. I thought it was a feature. That was great. I was really liking the fact that those asteroid belts around Yela were becoming really dangerous with a lot of asteroids around. Oh man. Interacting with the community kiosks terminal should no longer cause the boxes on board the ship currently on the pad to disappear, preventing the user from performing transactions. Caterpillar Atmo entry effect should no longer clip through the interior nose of the ship. I've seen that one before. Remote turrets on Valkyrie should no longer snap back to the front of the ship if the player aims either remote turrets at the rear of the ships, and while moving and inspecting or customizing a weapons via the inner thought, this will no longer stop the weapon from firing. Fixed 2 client crashes, 6 server crashes, a couple of updates. If you go to what is bar in Babbage, additional bar Patreons are going to be there, and you are going to have also new interactable booth and stools. I'm gonna have to go this, but unfortunately I can't, and I'm going to tell you why I can't test these updates at what is bar. Polish pass on bartender animations and lighting in the PU. They increased the size of the splines. The splines should be a little bit bigger now. Enabled the look ahead for horizon and look ahead target tracking by default. Polish pass on play animations while carrying drinks and sitting in bars in the PU. I've got a whole video, by the way, coming up. Hopefully soon, as soon as I can get to Wally's bar, I'm gonna have a whole video, a complete guide about bars, by the way, and the new bartenders. And these are the known issues here for the Star Citizen Alpha 3.10. It is still quite long, as you're going to see, and some of them are pretty bad. Listen to that, guys, and this is why I can't go to Wally's bar, because of course I am at Area 18, but attempting to take off or land at Area 18 via splines destroys the player's ships. Please avoid this area altogether for this build, and recopy/reset your account if you are in this location already. That's okay, I'm just gonna play another game, and I'll play against Star Citizen Alpha 3.10 PTU when we're gonna have another build. No worries about that. Xperia Prowler VFX are red in first person, but if you're not in first person, they are not red. When firing at an AI ship, they will disappear to desync and have high packet loss. This is something that's the reason why we had no patch yesterday. They're trying to figure out why they are losing such packets, why the servers are losing packets like that. This is also the reason why sometimes bartenders take a minute or as long as 2 or 3 minutes to finally respond to your interactions, so that's pretty bad. Ships can be displayed as unknown after destruction and be available to spawn again, but will not appear on their specified landing pads. The player ship is destroyed shortly after flying to a restricted area or zone around the spaceport after leaving the hangar. It shouldn't be happening as well. All 3D icons in personal inventory don't appear correctly in the personal inner thought, and all of the other bugs. Here are all the bugs that still haven't been fixed from God knows where. That's
free to
all
take a
for
look
these
around.
patch notes,
We've got a
guys,
pretty
but
good
that's not
selection.
all. We are also going to talk about some questions for PAPPY here, questions needed for Star Citizen Live coming
Good
up this
purchase.
weekend. I've wrote a couple of questions, guys, and I would like to share with you those questions, and maybe you guys can help me by upvoting those questions so that PAPPY can answer some of them during the show. Alright, here's the page about those questions needed here for Star Citizen Live, and I'm going to scroll down the questions that I did ask. Let's try to find, there's quite a lot of questions that have been upvoted. I'm gonna really need your help, guys, to get some of my questions voted and maybe selected for the show. Oh, there's only one right here already. 10 votes. Right now, it is hard to find the splines when we have hangars. Is it possible to add an indicator in the HUD that tells us where the splines are located? Please, it seems that there are lots of questions about the splines, so there's a lot of competition here regarding those splines. We've been talking about that in the last video regarding splines, you know, when these were implemented in Star Citizen 3.10, and a lot of you guys were also agreeing in the comments section that we definitely need an indicator to tell us where the splines are. So if PAPPY could be made aware of this, that would be fantastic. Also, the next question that I wrote should be coming down here. There it is, with 5 upvotes already. How about giving players fines instead of making ships blow up if they don't allow if they don't follow the splines? Or perhaps create a flying license system. If you commit too many offenses, you lose your license and you can't fly until you pass it again. I think that this could be a great feature. Maybe I should make a video about it, guys, or maybe a poll, maybe in the community section, depending on what you guys think. But this could be another thing, you know. This could also prevent griefing, you know, like pad ramming. Like if you're caught pad ramming, boom, you automatically lose your flying license, and you're gonna have to go to flight school again. Now, each of the major landing zones could possibly have a flight school. Maybe there could be a flight school in prison as well, so it could allow people to learn to fly. Well, of course, people already know to fly, but in game, right? So that they could eventually get their license one more time, and perhaps they would value following the rules a little bit more if they have to go to the flight school every single time that they lose their flying license. I think that this could also be a good idea. Tell me what you guys think in the chat down here. There's another question right here. Right now, drinking at the bar doesn't give any bad effects. Can we expect to get drunk in Star Citizen 3.10, or would that come in another patch? I think that PAPPY is also qualified to answer that question. Let's try to find some more. I think that I wrote 2 more. Those questions have not been upvoted yet, so they're not really going to be easy to find. That's really a lot of questions that were asked. Oh, here they are. We've seen moon-to-moon delivery missions, but not planet-to-planet deliveries with better payouts. Is this coming in Star Citizen 3.10? So actually, this is. We've got the answer. So this one, you know, I'm going to delete this one here because we know the answer, and one of the devs went to a live stream of Salty Mike. It was Salty Mike, and they answered that question. Somebody asked that question in Salty Mike's stream, and he answered that question in his stream. And the answer is that they didn't have time to put that in 3.10. They're hoping to put that in 3.11. So we don't need this one here. Boom, delete. How about this one, guys? I think that this one is also interesting. Payouts for ECN missions are great now, but NPC bounty hunting doesn't seem to be paying that much. Why? They did say that they want to increase payouts for missions, but I still see bounty hunting missions that pay, you know, 2,000, 3,000 of UEC. That is not just that's just not good enough, especially if we're eventually having to fight, you know, much more difficult NPCs, you know, that are you know, crime stat 4, crime stat 5, and you get paid what? You get paid 4,000, 5,000 of UEC. It's just not worth our time, and I really hope that we're gonna get more better payouts, more money for those missions. So these are the questions that I asked in this thread here. You will see the link in the description down below. I hope that you guys can help me out and upvote those questions. That would be fantastic if they could be answered during the show. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you have that you're having a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you like this kind of content. That's it for this video. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.